simple, the recipes are simple, the ingredients that we use, you can go to a local supermarket and purchase it if you went in the health food section or the natural section in a grocery store. The other section in the grocery store, I don't know what the name of that is, but if you go to the health section or natural section of the grocery store, you can find all of the ingredients. They are cost effective. Some of the ingredients we use, for instance, are beans and rice, which is protein that you can get at a health food store or a grocery store, inexpensive. The recipes are written in simple terms, really, really easy to follow. It's just people have to stop being intimidated and already define for themselves what they think vegetarian food is. A lot of people still think that just because you're a vegetarian, all you eat is carrots and lettuce and tomatoes, and that's not true. We eat so many different varieties of foods, and again, we've been in this business for the last 30, 40 years, so we have put these combinations together with beans and rice and legumes, and now even when you go to the doctor will tell you, you have to put more fruits and vegetables in your diet. You have to exercise. You have to drink more water if you want to be healthy. So we have taken the lead in experimenting with all of these ingredients, all of these dishes, where now our people don't have to do that part. All they have to do is have a desire to change, and we can help them with the rest.
So we've been eating traditionally comfort foods, high in sugar, the fats, and the cheese. Do you have anything on there that, what do you do when we want to eat cheese? You got a cheese alternative, a butter alternative?
We do. We have soy cheese that's in the recipe book. We have a soy butter like mayonnaise. Most of our people are lactose intolerant and cannot tolerate dairy products, but we do. The body will adjust. But it will only adjust for so long, and then you start feeling the different effects of eating the dairy products. We have those types of recipes in the book, and we have recipes that you use the soy butter and the soy cheese in. I teach people that you have to look at your tongue, look at your palate, because most of our people are addicted to 3 things. And when I ask them what it is, they already know. Sugar, salt, and fat. Gotta have some fried chicken, gotta cook with salt, and then bring it to the table and put salt on the food after you cooked it with salt, and gotta have some Coke, gotta have some donuts, gotta have some candy. Can't go a day without sugar. So those addictions are on the tongue, the palate. People aren't eating food. You don't eat raw meat. You season the meat. So you're eating seasonings, and the seasonings are usually sugar, salt, and some kind of fat. So we have the different recipes in the book that you can make that transition. And this is what I basically teach, a transition to help people, because it took a lot. It took a whole lot of years, a whole lot of miseducation, a whole lot of traditional recipes passed down from our mothers, our grandmothers, the way that they cook. For instance, greens. Traditionally in our families, greens are cooked with fat back, ham hocks, turkey necks, and everything else. The greens cook for 4, 5, 6 hours on the stove, and usually by then, all the nutrients, enzymes that the greens originally had are boiled out of the greens.
They call that pot.
And you might as well drink the pot liquor. You might as well drink the pot liquor and throw the greens away. But the green recipe is 2 green recipes in the book where we just use some spices, some onions, and some garlic, and just cook the greens for 30, 40 minutes, and it's perfect.
And they'll taste like...
They will taste
that
like...
thing was in.
They'll taste better than that.
Oh, okay. Because you know we got to have that thing in, you know.
Oh, see, that's why we're called soul vegetarian.
Explain that to me, because I want to know what is the difference between because being honest, vegetarian does not sound adventurous. It does not make a person salivate. What is the soul vegetarian concept?
The soul vegetarian concept, first of all, you have to understand what you're feeding. First, we have to be fed spiritually. And the soul food that we were fed spiritually was a type of healing balm that comforted our spirit, our mind, and our bodies. When that transferred into a physical food to nourish us, we were given the instructions from the scriptures, Genesis 1:29, where God created us so he knew what it would take to sustain us. And that's all the fruits and vegetables, the herbs, the legumes, the beads, the seeds, the nuts on the planet, so that we would be nourished to live forever. These bodies would never break down and degenerate. But we have gotten out of cycle, and somebody defined for us what soul food is. We never ate. We were commanded not even to touch the pig. We weren't even supposed to touch blood.
Let alone cook and eat with it, eat it.
And so now we're so out of cycle, so out of sync with nature. We'll eat watermelon in the wintertime. We'll eat foods out of season. We're so out of cycle, and we're so miseducated and uneducated that you see the degenerative results all over the world, not just in America, but all over the world. Our people are suffering because they have lost their spiritual connection with what the real soul is supposed to be. And that's where Soul Vegetarian comes in, to teach people that you don't have to just eat lettuce and carrots and just some cucumbers. I mean, we fix everything from pizzas, lasagnas, burgers, things that have the texture and the feel of what they're used to eating, but we've done it to help them make a transition so that it's healthier for them.
Well, we appreciate you and for going out of your way to create that diet, to sustain it, and also be the test subject of the diet.
Yeah, I like to say it's a live it, not a diet. We don't want to have anything to do with dying. We want to have a live it. And I tell you, I have a picture. We were looking at it the other day, and it's a picture that I took when I was 17. And I took a picture last year, and we held the two pictures up together, and I promise you, it looked like the pictures were taken, one year after another.
See, that's what time it is.
And that's what the diet has done for me personally. And people who have come in the restaurant for the last 20 years have seen me and just say you just never age. But we have truly found the fountain of youth.
All right. Thank you very much, Sister Yafah.
Thank you.
Please tell us again the name of your cookbook.
The name of the cookbook is the Soul Vegetarian Cookbook, and you can get it at the Soul Vegetarian restaurants.
Nationwide.
Thank you.
Ain't none of y'all motherfuckers got a chance on the mic.
That's right.
Hello and welcome.
I gotta take him off of here. There's only one, and that's me. Then,
Good job. Just the intro. And let you know. Come on. It's unheard of to show love a different entity with so many violent trends up in this industry. So is the intent to be just going along to how the next man decided to rip in the song. Now I love women as much as the next, so in the bone. So play your punk and got the ride, so move on. If you don't have a gig, you don't feel